Okay, it is October 11th, 2024. It's 2:20 p.m. We are at the property of Pham Sim, located at 7678 Dove Drive. We are going to be trying to replace one of the many shingles that were prescribed to replace on his insurance estimate. So we are going to be replacing this wind damage tab that is right here. It's actually a 3-tab shingle, so it's connected to these 3 tabs. We're going to be replacing that one. We are going to go ahead and use CertainTeed's method to perform the repair. So we're going to be using a pry bar. I just want to note that you can see the fiberglass just showing on these shingles. These shingles are pretty old. Let me go. I want to kind of show you. Maybe you can see the light shining on. You can see the fiberglass on the edge of the shingles just showing and shining. So there's quite a bit of granular loss on these shingles, but we're going to go ahead and see how the roof holds up. So we're going to be using a pry bar to remove the seal strip first, to remove all the nails. So this is the nail that we're going to be removing. We're going to be removing the seal strip. I will try to be as gentle or as careful as possible into removing the seal strip. I can already see that it's pretty tight and there's already some material transfer. It doesn't really matter on this shingle because this shingle is the one that we're going to be replacing, but I'll do my best to see. And now this shingle just got ripped because it's just, the seal strip the shingles are bonded together pretty much. So let me just try to remove that. That one came apart. There is mat transfer, but again, this shingle is the one that we're going to be removing. We don't really care so much about this shingle, but this one. Okay, so you can see right here that this top shingle already broke. There's some material transfer there. You can actually see right there where part of this top shingle ended up at the bottom. I just wanted to note that. We will continue to, this is really, really tight. I can already see that trying to pry it, I'm already damaging the shingle. The shingle's already getting damaged, so it's just really, really tight. I'm trying to, and it's a pretty, it's a sharp edge, so and you can see all the granules that are coming loose. Okay, so yeah, I mean, you can see that there's all this matting that just ended up from this top shingle, ended up right here. You can see the fiberglass shining. You can see it from underneath. You can see this top shingle right here. Now that fiberglass matting is broken, but we will just continue with the repair. See, now this shingle ripped right here completely. It's just bonded together. It's just bonded right here together. It's not allowing anything to separate it. The same thing's happening on all these shingles. I mean, these shingles are they're just too tight, too tightly bonded together. Again, the same thing. And you can see that the shingles are just beat up right here just from me trying to trying to get underneath, it's just very, very difficult. So we will continue. See, this is just so tight together. There's another shingle that ripped. They're just incredibly tight. I'm trying to be as careful as possible, but it's almost impossible to get underneath there. We'll try from this angle just to try and keep the integrity of these shingles, but it's not working. You can see already that it's just, the fiberglass is just it's impossible to see. This shingle's already broken right here with all the material transfer that just from this shingle ends up on the bottom. We'll continue. See, a shingle just broke right here too. And yeah, I mean, a bunch of material transfer right here too. So, okay, I think we separated the seal strips that we needed to access the nails. So now we're gonna be removing the nails. And just be mindful that I am only lifting the top shingle enough to where I can get to the nail, okay? And yes, this is again CertainTeed's technique, where recommended repair technique, where you're supposed to go under the shingle. I need to release this shingle completely. Okay, so what I was saying was that CertainTeed's method of repair calls for prying underneath the nail, underneath the shingle, to release the nail. And we're doing the same thing right here, and then you can go over the top to retract the nail after it's been pried up. Okay, I think that is all the nails that are holding the shingle in place. Nope, I missed one. Okay, there it is. Okay, now we are using a shingle of similar like kind and quality. It should be the same size. It's the best color match that we could find. This is an autumn brown, but I'm not exactly, it's hard to say what color the old shingles were. Most likely a discontinued color, but just for the sake of the attempt to repair, we're going to be using that, even if it's just a temporary repair. Okay. So again, CertainTeed's repair method calls for the nails to be flushed, to be completely flushed. So the only way to do that is to strike from the hammer all the way down. So now I will have to lift this shingle high enough to where I can actually strike down. Now, I am not overly lifting the shingles. I am not, so I'm being as careful as I can. I will lift the shingle just enough to where I can nail down without striking the shingle. Oh, by the way, I need to point out that there's a nail that just blew through. So now there's a hole right there in the shingle from where we removed the nail. We need, pardon me, that's my phone started to play music. Sorry about that. Let's continue with the repair. We're missing one nail. Okay. Okay, all right. So now, I do want to point out that the shingles are extremely old, so there's quite a bit of granular loss. I'm gonna go ahead and sweep the shingles just to see if there's any granular loss that occurred after the repair. And you can definitely see that there's a lot of granular loss that is coming off of these shingles. You can hear the granules. Now, if I were to do the same thing over here, you don't see that granular loss, so there's just a lot of it. And you can see that there's more balding on the shingles, you know, from granules just coming loose, like right here, right here in the middle, just from the manipulation of it. But more importantly than this, there's